Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybrooke Family Farm. Today I thought I would take you around while I was working on doing the animals this morning and give you guys an update on what all happened this weekend since I didn't get much filming done at all. Right now I'm feeding Ferdinand, so it's the perfect time to start the video. So this weekend we had big goals of getting a whole bunch of stuff accomplished because Tracy actually had Friday off for a doctor's appointment. But on Friday, we actually own a second camper. It's a very small one. It's an old one, that one right there. It was given to me by my uncle while we were living in our camper. So then that way we could create a little bit of a space for Willie. Due to Tracy's dad getting really sickly and other projects that we had going on, it did not get completed while we were still living in the camper. It's about 90% of the way done, so he never got to like stay in it or anything, but we moved it here so that way he can have it as a play area. I mean, he's almost 16, so it's not like he, plays, but so that way he has an area with it when he's with his friends and stuff, when his friends come over during the summertime, that they can stay the night. Since Tracy works so early in the morning, we kind of go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night, so even like on the weekends we're basically old people. So it kind of makes it so having friends over here is kind of a sucky situation for a teenager because ain't nobody want to be quiet after 8 p.m. Anyways, so we ended up getting that moved there, and that became its new home because my mom's van got stuck in the yard. So that put a big damper on everything. My parents live a little over an hour away, so she came down to help out for the day and to do multiple loads, and then the first load, the van got stuck. The yard was actually, Ferdy's almost done with his bottle. He got banded this weekend, so he's been kind of cantankerous and very verbal about not feeling so great. But anyways, so the van got stuck, like super stuck in the mud over here. There wasn't even any mud at all when it happened. The ground was really dry, but just due to the weight of the camper and towing it, I'll show you guys the ruts. It got stuck pretty bad. So our neighbor actually was able to come over and use his truck to help pull it out. But it was like 5 hours after it got stuck that we were finally able to get it out. That schedules aligned because my mom had stuff going on, so she had to be taken back up to her house. So that ate up a lot of time. So she actually left us with the van this weekend. So we're like, oh great, we'll get a whole bunch of stuff accomplished. Well, we had people stop over and to give us something, which, by the way, thank you, Kathy. But so, when you ain't seen somebody for a long time, you end up talking for a while. So that kind of distracted us. So when we left, after Kathy was done visiting and dropping off a vanity for us, we were like, okay, well, we're going to go get one more load. We're going to get our lawnmower here, which we did. We went to go get the lawnmower, and we seen a house not too far from Tracy's mom's house, which is where our lawnmower was at, obviously. Somebody was doing a home renovation and had a whole bunch of windows out by a dumpster. So the guy was there, so we stopped by to ask him what he was doing with the windows. And turns out he didn't want them anymore. And so we were privy to have them. Well, we ended up talking to him for probably like 2 hours or so. So by this time it was like almost completely dark. So we loaded the lawnmower in the dark and a few other small items into my mom's van, drove them back here. And after we got the van almost completely unloaded, we went to unhook the utility trailer, and Tracy slipped in the driveway and sprained her ankle pretty badly. She's still able to walk on it, so just, a bad sprain, not a horribly bad sprain. For those of you that don't know, I actually have to wear two ankle braces all the time because I have horribly bad ankles. About, I think it was 6 years ago, I stepped the wrong way and ruptured, like completely destroyed two tendons in my left ankle, and that was always my good ankle. So it's getting to be short season, so at some point somebody's going to notice and be like, why is it on her feet? Well, it's braces. So anyways, so it wasn't anything like catastrophic like that had happened to me when I sprained my ankle. Um, but Tracy's been hobbling around for the last few days. She's still able to go to work and everything, so that's a good thing. But beyond work, that's about all she's got in the tank. So Saturday, we did not get very much moved because of Tracy being a gimp. Um, she helped with what she could. We were still able to move some stuff, but instead of, being able to do multiple loads and get the last of everything out, we only did like one load. We also did go and get turkeys. So that took a while too. Apparently this weekend was like a social weekend or something, which is very unusual for us because we are not social people. We usually just kind of, we're homebodies. We like to stay home. But so Saturday when we went to go get the turkeys, we ended up kind of becoming friends with the people that were selling the baby turkeys. And we talked to the wife for probably like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And they lived over an hour away from here. So we were gone for a big part of the day Saturday to get the turkeys. Then we had to get hay and do other stuff. There's a chicken running around out here, and she's a silky, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on her because she normally does not ever come out in free range, but she followed me out the door of the barn when I went to go get water. That's why I keep being so distracted. Anyways, so we then had to go get hay, and we got another load of stuff in the utility trailer, and so I rednecked our newfangled lawnmower with a little wagon that I found here. So I made it so that way the lawnmower would be able to pull the wagon, so that way I didn't have to carry the hay so far. For those of you that have never carried hay, it's not the weight of it that's that bad. I mean, it is kind of heavy and it's bulky and awkward. The strings of the twine, they really just dig into your hands if you don't have any gloves, and I haven't been able to find my gloves for the past like 2 weeks, pretty much since we moved in here. Once I got done cleaning up a bunch of the trash that was out behind the barn, I kind of lost my gloves. So didn't want to carry all that. Plus I was really tired. And then on Sunday we had to run my mom's van all the way back up to her house, which it was really windy on Sunday. It was getting ready to rain while we were doing this. And her van is a high top van with a wheelchair lift in it because she's fully disabled. So that thing on the freeway, it was just like blowing all over the place. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't like driving really super big stuff. Like a full-size truck isn't a big deal, but like driving that van, it was nerve-wracking being on the freeway and stuff because I've only driven it a handful of times and it was not very fun. So we took that back, and then Willie had some stuff that he had going on, so he needed rides for that. And it was a doozy of a weekend. And then yesterday, Tracy had to go to Menards to get a new bathroom faucet because we went to try to install it Sunday night, and the faucet just had a continuous leak, and it wasn't just on the cold water side, it was also on the hot water side. So we used one of our fancy pants Menards rebates to essentially get a cheapy bathroom sink faucet for free. So we got that installed last night. Yeah, it's been a very busy weekend. Yesterday I spent, because I also had to go up to the feed store, get some feed and do some stuff with the title for my car that I've been working on selling. That is still here due to reasons beyond my control. Anyways, so I ended up spending over 6 hours in the car yesterday, and I think I drove like 160 miles, but a lot of it was like driving around town, and just I do not like being in the car that long. Like, thankfully our car has very comfortable seats, but it was a very long day. And since it's Monday, it was driver's ed day for Willie, so it was after 10 o'clock before we went to bed last night, and getting up at 4:30, it makes a very tiring day. But I did start working on painting the inside of our camper yesterday. I did some of that too on Friday. Nothing too exciting. Once I get it all finished, I'll probably bring you guys along so you can see what it was like, because everybody seems genuinely curious as to what the camper looked like that we lived in for 11 and a half months. But with all the paint being all scuffed up and stuff, I don't know. I'd rather wait till it looked really nice before I show it off. But so I'm doing everything in my power to get that ready to be sold this weekend to have it be listed. I don't know if I'm just going to call like Camping World or something like that to see what they'll give me for it, or if we'll try to like do Marketplace or something. I'm not really sure. But with this weekend's weather, oh, the Soki's coming back out. I don't know if I'll be able to get her. There she is. That's Big Bird. She keeps hiding underneath of the, there's like a little lean-to shed that was added onto the barn, and I have not had a chance to block off the underneath side of it. So I'm assuming that there's probably a big old pile of eggs under there that we'll never be able to get because I'm not belly crawling underneath there. But anyways, so this weekend it rained a good bit, and we definitely discovered that the roof is in need of replacement. We had already assumed that it was in need of replacement, just based on looking at it. It looks like it's probably older than I am. But so we had already assumed that when we bought the house that we would probably have to put a new roof on. So that's been our plan for the camper, is to sell the camper so then we can put a new roof on. So since it's entered into a more wet season again, it's really giving me a lot of motivation to get scooting on getting the camper ready to be sold. So that is my game plan, is to continue moving stuff one small carload at a time. We really just have really random stuff there, like some empty canning jars and things like that. Like nothing really exciting. I do have a big wood pile that I gotta move. That obviously is not going to be done in the car. I'll open up the barn so that way the Sophie can go back inside. So, oh, speaking of chickens. So when we were moving, we actually had a hen go broody, which means that they want to lay on eggs to get them to hatch, for those of you that don't know. And so we had to move a broody hen, which is extremely difficult, especially since it was Simone. Simone is one that if she goes broody, Tracy says it's my job to take care of her, because Simone has bit Tracy so badly that she's actually drawn blood. I was looking for another dish to put water in. I don't remember where I put them. I don't think they're in this barn, this shed. Anyways, so Simone is one that when she goes broody, she is really, really, really intense about protecting the eggs. So, and everything that you read online says, you know, to keep a broody hen from wanting to hatch out eggs, you know, you just remove her from the eggs and she'll stop. Or you could scare the living daylights out of her and it might make her stop wanting to hatch eggs. It might make her think that it is unsafe conditions to try to make babies in. Well, I don't know about how she felt about it, but I'm pretty sure that riding in the back of a bed of a pickup truck with her eggs, that would be probably the most terrifying thing that a chicken could experience while trying to hatch eggs out. But it did not break her broodiness. We were not trying to break her broodiness. That was literally the only way that we could move her here. So she was under a tonneau cover and all that stuff. It wasn't anything like super sketchy. But we had thought that the chances of those eggs hatching out here were very, very slim to none. But I candled them last week, which is just, you know, you just hold a light underneath of them and you can kind of see through the shell a little bit to see if there's development. One of these days I'm going to try to get it on camera how to do that, but it's kind of hard doing some stuff with just one person being here. But anyways, so I candled the eggs a few days ago. Ooh, excuse me. And it looked like some of them were developing, that they were, you know, pretty good in development stage. So I haven't really messed with them. And with Simone, you definitely just kind of like give her food and water and you walk away. Because even me, she likes me. She tolerates me, I should say. She still tries to bite the crap out of me. But anyways, so this morning when I went to let the birds out, I heard little chirp, 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 chirp. And Simone was acting all weird. And I was like, ooh, there's babies under her. It's stuff. So far, 2 of those eggs have hatched out. So that's very exciting. One chick is black and one is white. So I'm betting that one of the white ones is probably a Soki, because we have 3 white Soki hens. And when I selected the eggs that Simone was going to hatch out when we still lived in the camper, I was pretty certain that at least one of them was a silky egg. We really like the silkies. They lay pretty good and they're really good moms, but they also are a little bit bigger than a standard bantam. A standard bantam is usually only about the size of like a dove or a robin, and the silkies are more body size of like, I don't know, a crow or something. I don't know. I don't imagine I'll ever see a crow walking next to a silky, so I can go, oh, yep, they're about the same size. But yeah, so they're a good bit bigger. So, and one of our new roosters has finally found his voice. Um, so that was him crowing. Anyways, I'm just to the point that I'm rambling on now because I'm cold and I'm tired and I don't know what to talk about. So I'm gonna get to scooting. Oh, probably tomorrow I'll show you guys a video of the new chicks hatching. You don't want to disturb them very much whenever they're still young and hatching out because it might mess up the other ones from hatching. So she's sitting on 6 eggs and so far 2 of them have hatched out. So I'm hoping that we'll get some more. Anyways, so that's all for today. I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to get done before I can leave to go paint the camper. So yeah, that's about it. If you guys are enjoying this content, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe to our channel to help us grow so that we can do a lot more here than we're already doing. And also just to kind of show your support. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.